This is a shout out to a tournament in Ohio, Ungentlemanly Warfare, run by Jeff Ashley. And I am going to show you the pack and the missions, and we're going to talk about, what we might expect of such missions and this pack. So the event itself, Ungentlemanly Warfare, runs on Saturday in September 27th. It's in Gamers Haven, Ohio, Palmer Heights. It's a singles tournament, Swiss draw, so you'll be matched up against other people who've won if you win. 800 points limit, so low, which is nice because that means you have time for more games. You can only bring 8+ light tanks, so light tanks only, which, is very meta at the moment. It's what everyone wants to bring anyway, so, 2.5 hour games, plenty of time to finish 800 points games. So the first game will start at 10 a.m. and they should finish with game 3 at 7 p.m. Brilliant. Only costs $15 to attend, which is, lunch included. Very cheap for me. They are awarding first, second, and third, best miniature, best sportsman, best battlefield, fun list, and dice lost. The missions, I'll talk about them in a minute, and the deadline is September 12. Oh, by the way, I will include Jeff's email in the description for this video here if anybody wants to contact him and maybe attend. There is a little bit of painting here, so how to submit, army construction, bold action 3rd edition, standard rifle platoons, a 0-1 specialist platoon. At 800 points, you can't fit in that many special platoons anyway. So, units from the core book and all the 3rd edition Minor Nation PDFs are allowed. Armies of books are also allowed, which means that you can do a lot with, if you allow both the rule book and the armies of books. Then you can do quite a lot with many nations. Any artillery must have a tow. Okay, fine. This one, I reserve the right to evaluate lists and work with you, the players, to provide the best lists for the tournament. Is this sort of a, I will say that your list is too evil or whatnot? I'm not sure. I don't know what that is, but, it is up to each individual TO to set the right tone for their tournament. Perfectly fine. All models must be properly modeled, visit WIC. Perfect. Battle ready, sportsmanship, and such. And he even includes how do you interpret all of this, different type of terrain, which is perfect. So that is all very, very cool. I'm hoping that as soon as the lists are in, I will also cover the meta of this tournament as well. So, we shall see, and possibly even do a post-interview with Jeff. Now, the missions. What are we going to do here? We are going to see Ungentlemanly mission draft. 6 points for a win, major win, 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. So you want to go for those major wins. They can really boost you. Mission 1, smash and grab. That is a demolition objective, 5 points. And then I think this is really clever. You also have a secondary objective worth also 5 points, because typically demolition doesn't really work out. No one gets that. That is very common that you could get draws on demolition. But if you have a secondary, it becomes, more doable. Mission number 2, dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Love that. So it's hold until relieved with a secondary of manhunt. Again, these two missions I'm not especially a fan of, but when you start combining missions, then they become playable. And you can see here what it takes to get a major or a minor win. Third mission, Rattenkrieg, which is attrition. At the end, when you're done, you just want, a game where it's pretty easy to focus on what you do. But there's this little cute thing where Jeff has set up sewers. So there are infiltration tokens where you can actually infiltrate in the sewer system under the board, which is, is a brilliant extra little addition. It makes it fun, really. And here it depends on how much points you destroy and not how many units you destroy, which is a nice way of doing it. Right. So what would you bring to this tournament? Well, I definitely would bring an armored platoon. That's just a given. As long as you allow that, because the armored platoon is maneuverable, it can send stuff up where they need to go for demolition, top secret, and also for manhunt. Go for that one high value target, right? Also, armored platoons typically are actually quite good at this, although it does mean that you're a little vulnerable. You have to be aware of where those sewers come out, right? So, because, anti-tank units might pop up behind you if you're facing the wrong way for a sewer token. So, but I would max out on my tanks. I would also consider running armored transports, and then veterans to go up and grab demolition and top secret objectives. Also to go out, sit in an armored transport and just rush up, get that manhunt target, sacrifice a unit or two to kill that manhunt target. Also very, very worth it in my opinion. Hold until relieved, that's always one where you need some sort of infantry that can, stand their ground and survive for long. The sewers, it's a version for me of fog of war, and again, so veterans will be good, maneuverability will be good, and then just try and stay alive as much as possible. Yeah. That is my thoughts on Ungentlemanly Warfare. We shall see what happens once the lists start coming in. And to anyone thinking that they might want to go to Ohio, the email is in the description. Right. See you later, and good luck.